Good morning, welcome to today's maths. Today's date is the 4th of February and your skill today is to multiply mixed numbers by whole numbers. Okay, so we've had, this week already we've been looking at multiplying unit fractions and non-fractions by whole numbers. Today we're going one step further and looking at mixed numbers. So try your best to complete all of the arithmetic today. Okay, you've got your 9 times tables, you've got to find the inverse, and you are dividing 4-digit numbers by 1-digit number. Okay, so good luck with that. Pause the video, come back when you're ready. Okay, so here are your answers for today. Go through, make sure you're just checking that you've got those correct. Okay, especially the larger numbers, the 4-digit ones, make sure you've got the digits in the right places. Okay, so let's have a quick recap. So match the calculation to the correct answer. Calculation is 6/7 times 8. Is this a unit fraction or a non-unit fraction? Okay, so this is a non-unit fraction because it has 6 as its numerator. Okay, if it was a unit fraction, it would have a 1 as its numerator. So here are your choice of answers. You've got 6 and 5/7, 5 and 6/7, 6 and 6/7, and 5 and 5/7. Okay, we know the denominator is going to be 7, okay, because that doesn't change. How are you going to work this out? Think back to yesterday's work. Pause the video, see if you can calculate the answer, and then come back and I will tell you the answer. Okay, so we know that we're going to multiply our whole number by our numerator. Okay, so 8 times 6. 8 times 6 is 48. So that's going to give us 48 over 7. Now that's an improper fraction, okay, because the numerator is larger than the denominator. So we need to divide 48 by 7. We know that 6 times 7 is 42. And 7 times 7 is 49. Now that's too many because we've only got 48. So 6 times 7 is 42. So we're going to have 6 wholes. So it's going to be this one or this one. Okay, we've got 6 wholes. Okay, so that's 42. But we've got 48. How many are left over? It's 6. Okay, because 48 take away 42 is 6. So it's 6 and 6/7 is your answer. Okay, so when we're multiplying mixed numbers by a whole number, there's a couple of different strategies to use. One way is repeated addition. Now we looked at this at the beginning of the week. So let's have a look at this one. So Adam has 2 1/4 pizzas. He needs 3 times the amount. How many pizzas does he need? So let's use this to help us. So we know that we've got 1 whole, 2 whole and 1/4 pizzas. Okay. So what calculation do we need to do if Adam's got 2 1/4 pizzas but he needs 3 times the amount? Okay, it's the same as 2 1/4 times 3. Okay, so here is our 3 lots of 2 1/4. Okay. Now, we can use repeated addition to work this out. So let's start with the whole numbers. So we've got 2 1/4 plus 2 1/4 plus 2 1/4. We can add the whole numbers up. So how many wholes have we got? 2, 4, 6 wholes. And how many quarters? 1, 2, 3. 3 quarters. So 2 1/4 times 3 is 6 3/4. Okay, because we've changed that times 3 to write it out 3 times. We've got 3 lots of. Okay, let's try another one. 3 1/5 times 2. So here you can see we've got 3 wholes and 1/5. But we need 2 of them. We need 2 lots because we're timesing by 2. So here they are. Okay, if we start with the whole numbers, we've got 3 wholes plus 3 wholes, or if we look down here, we've got 3 wholes plus 3 wholes, which is 6 wholes. Okay, and then we've got 1/5 plus 1/5 is 2/5, because the denominator stays the same. Okay, so using that information, have a go at calculating these. So remember, the whole number here, which you're multiplying by, is how many times you need to write the repeated addition. Okay, so pause the video, have a go, and then come back when you're ready for the answers. Okay, so the first one, we've got 3 1/4 times 3. We can write that as 3 1/4 plus 3 1/4 plus 3 1/4, because we've got 3 1/4 and we've got 3 lots. Okay, let's start by adding the whole numbers. So 3 plus 3 plus 3 is 9, and then we've got 1/4, add 1/4, add 1/4. Our denominator stays the same, so we've got 9 3/4. Okay, and let's look at the next one. We've got 5 2/5. We only need 2 lots this time, not 3. So we've got 5 add 2/5 and 5 2/5. Let's add the whole numbers together. So we're going to add the 5 and the 5, which gives us 10. And we're going to add 2/5 add 2/5, which will give us 4/5. And then lastly, we've got 4 1/8 times 5. So we need 5 lots this time. So we've got 4 1/8 plus 4 1/8, add 4 1/8, add 4 1/8, add 4 1/8. Okay, let's start with the whole numbers. Let's add those up. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20 all together. We've got 20 wholes. And how many 8s do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 8s. Okay, so 20 and 5 8s. So it's the same by drawing them out, writing them out with addition, and breaking it down, it's the same. So this 4 1/8 times 5 is the same as 4 1/8. Add all of these 4 1/8. Okay, and we can also use partitioning to multiply mixed numbers by fractions. Okay, so this one you might find a little bit easier actually. So we've got 2 1/4 plus 2 1/4 plus 2 1/4 is 6 3/4. Okay, this is the answer. I'm giving you this answer because I want you to identify how we've done it, how we've got to that answer. So 2 1/4, repeated addition, 3 lots is the same as 2 1/4 times 3. Okay, this is the same as this because there's 3 times 2 1/4 up here. Now, the first step is to multiply the whole numbers. Okay, so we've got 2 times 3. 2 times 3 is 6. We're then going to multiply this whole number, which we're multiplying by, with this numerator. 3 times 1 is 3, and the denominator stays the same. So it's the same, 6 3/4. We know we're right, because if we break it down into repeated addition, it gives us the same answer. Let's have a look at another one. We've got 3 2/5 multiplied by 2. Okay, so we're going to multiply the whole numbers. So 3 times 2 is 6. We're then going to multiply the numerator by the whole number. 2 times 2 is 4. So we've got 6 4/5. Okay, the denominator is still the same. Okay, this time we've got 5 3/10 times 3. Okay, we're going to multiply our whole numbers. 5 times 3 is 15. We're then going to multiply the whole number by the numerator. So 3 times 3/10 is 9/10. And then we're going to add them together. So we've got 15 as our whole, plus 9/10 equals 15 and 9/10. Okay, and then lastly, we've got 2 3/4 times 3. Going to multiply our whole numbers. 2 times 3 is 6. We're going to multiply 3 times 3/4 equals 9/4. Okay, because we're just multiplying the whole number by the numerator. So it's 9/4, but that's an improper fraction. Okay, so we can change that. We know that 4 goes into 9 2 times. There's 1 left over. Now we need to add those together, because at the moment we've got 6 and 9/4. That's not right. Okay, so we can add the 6 to this 2 1/4. Okay, so 6 plus the 2 is 8 1/4. Okay, so that is our answer. So if you've got an improper fraction, you need to change it to a mixed number, then add it on. Okay, so using the partitioning method, have a go at calculating these. Okay, so this time you don't need to use the repeated addition. This time you're just multiplying the whole numbers, then multiplying the numerator by the whole number that you're multiplying by. Okay, so have a go at those. I shall show you the answers when you come back to me. Okay, so let's go through these. We have got 2 1/6 times 3. We're going to multiply the whole numbers first. So 2 times 3 is 6. Then we're going to multiply the whole number that we're multiplying by, so it's 3 times the numerator is 3. Denominator stays the same. Some of you may have noticed that that can be simplified because it's 6 and 3/6. We can simplify that down to 6 1/2. So we've got 1 3/7 times 2. We've got our whole numbers first, so 1 times 2 is 2. Then we're going to multiply our whole number by our numerator. 3 times 2 is 6, and the denominator stays the same. So we've got 2 6/7. Okay, we've then got 3 4/7 times 2. Okay, so 3 times 2 is 6. Then we're going to times 2 by 4 to give us 8/7. Can we leave it as that? 6 8/7? No, because 8/7 is an improper fraction. Okay, so 8/7 is the same as 1 1/7. So we can add this number here, we can add that mixed number onto our whole number. So it's going to be 6 add 1 is 7 plus 1/7. Okay, and then finally we've got 2 1/3 times 5. 2 times 5 is 10. 5 times 1 is 5. But again, that is an improper fraction. We know that 3 goes into 5 one time. So we can add that 1 to our whole number, and there's 2 left over. Okay, great job. Well done if you managed to do those. Okay, so we've got 1 3/6 times 3. Okay, so we need to change this to an improper fraction. So we're going to multiply the whole number by the denominator. Okay, so we've got 1 times 6 plus the 3. So we've got 9 over 6. Okay, so 9 6, and now we're going to times the numerator by 3 to give us 27/6. Okay, so once it's an improper fraction, we can multiply it by this number here, which we're multiplying our fraction by. So 27/6. Okay, now we can change that back to a mixed number now. Okay, we know that 6 goes into 27 4 times, which gives us 24, and there's 3 left over. 4 3/6 can be simplified to 4 1/2. Let's have another one. So we've got 2 3/4 times 2. Okay, so we're going to do 2 times 4 here, which gives us 8. We're going to add on this 3, which will give us 11 over 4. Okay, then we can multiply this number by our numerator, which gives us 22 over 4, which we can then, we know that 4 goes into 22, because remember this is the same as 22 divided by 4. It's going to be 5, because that will give us 20, and there's 2 left over. 5 2/4 is the same as 5 1/2. Okay, 1 1/5 times 2. Okay, so we're going to change it to an improper fraction. We've got 1/5 is a 5, plus that 1 is 6. 6 over 5. Okay, we're now going to multiply this number with our numerator. So 6 times 2 is 12 over 5. What is 12 divided by 5? Well, we know that 5 can go into 12 2 times, so that'll give us 10, and there's 2 left over. Okay, so have a go yourself now at changing these mixed numbers to improper fractions to help you calculate. Okay, if you finish quickly, there's a whilst you wait there. Well, not whilst you wait there, but there is a whilst you wait for you to do. Okay, so really, for the whilst you wait, you just need to circle or just find the odd one out. Okay, so you might need to calculate those to see what the odd one out is. But don't forget, for this, you're converting to improper fractions. So you're multiplying these two numbers, so the whole number of our mixed number with the denominator. You're adding the numerator. That will give you an improper fraction, which you can multiply your whole number by here. Okay, then you can convert it back to a mixed number. Lots of steps involved in this one. Okay, have a go, good luck, and come back when you're ready for the answers. Okay, so we've got 1 1/3 times 3. Okay, so 3 times 1 plus the 1 is an improper fraction of 4/3. Okay, we're now going to times our numerator by 3, which gives us 12/3. 12 can be divided by 3, which gives us 4. Okay, so that's our whole number. We've then got 2 3/5 times 2. Let's change it to an improper fraction. So the whole number of a mixed number times the denominator is 10, plus the 3 is 13 over 5. We can then times 13 by the 2 to give us 26 over 5. And we know that 5 times 5 is 25. So that will be 5 wholes and 1/5. Okay, we've got 3 1/2 times 2. Okay, so 3 times 2 is 6, plus the 1 is 7. 7 times 2 is 14. 14 divided by 2 is 7. And then this one is 2 times 4 is 8, plus the 1 is 9. We've then got 9 times 4, which is 36. 36 divided by 4 is 9. Okay, so hopefully you found those okay. If you did get a little bit stuck with the method or you got a bit confused of which step was which, then go back and watch that part of the video again. You don't have to watch the whole video, just the section that you're a little bit confused on. Okay, but there's 3 different methods there for you to choose, so whichever one you find easiest. The only thing I would say is with the repeated addition, if you are having to times a number by 25 and you're having to write it out 25 times, it can become a little bit tricky. Okay, so either the partitioning I would recommend, or turning them to improper fractions. I actually prefer the partitioning, but we're all different, so you might have a different method that you prefer. Okay, so if you manage the whilst you wait, okay, the odd one out is actually C. The reason for this is that A and B both equal 13 and 11/13. C equals 14 and 10/13. Okay, so well done if you did identify the odd one out there. And the final thought for today then. Joel has completed the calculation below. So we've got 3 and 4/9 times 5 equals 15 and 2/9. Is he correct? Explain your reasoning. Okay, so have a pause of the video, have a discussion if you're in the bubble. Oh, it's with me anyway. Or if you're at home, perhaps you could try and work it out and see if you can identify where or if there is a mistake. Okay, so have a go with that. Pause the video and I shall tell you the answer when you come back. Okay, so we've got 3 and 4/9 times 5 is 15 and 2/9. Okay, Joel is not correct. He has not added on the 2 wholes after converting the improper fraction. Okay, so the correct answer is 17 and 2/9. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. Great job, guys. Tomorrow is Friday, thank goodness. Okay, it's been a long week, but you have done amazingly as always. And then tomorrow you are finding fractions of amounts. Okay, so good luck with that. It's Mrs. Hayward tomorrow, I believe. Okay, but I shall see you in the morning for maths anyway on the video. Okay, have a lovely rest of the day, and I shall see you soon. Bye.